Hey YouTube, what's going on? Mark here. Happy Wednesday, happy a million little things day, and welcome back to the channel. Now you're probably wondering what the hell happened to those Ricky Martin videos you were supposed to do with your one of your work besties, Pam, and the other one, Stephanie. Well, unfortunately, today fucking sucked. Today fucking sucked ass, and boy, when I tell you it sucked ass, I mean it sucked ass. I mean, I went to. Here's the thing, though. I was. Hold on, my eye itches. Sorry. I know. First of all, before I get into what happened and announce what you're gonna see tomorrow instead, I apologize in advance for not bringing you that Daytona 500 live stream I was planning to bring you. I was excited for it all week. Oh my god. I was excited for it all week long that the race itself and to stream it and then give you all a post-race reaction. But I guess sleeping through it was a good call because I heard the Fox coverage sucked as bad as today at work did with too many commercials and shit and, missing key points in the race, wrecks and passes for the lead and whatnot. And, oh my god, stop it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that just sums up the whole fucking day. I apologize for that, and I apologize for no Daytona 500 stream. I know I let you guys down, and I didn't mean to. I tried to get my ass to bed as early as possible after the Saturday night poker game, the season 2, episode 2 of Poker Game Night, which was a road show from Beaver Park Marina. But my dad took way too damn long with the the debut of the whole losers, whatever the fuck it was. I can't fucking remember. I told him, I didn't say it like this, but I meant, I said, can you hurry up and finish so we can get out of here? I got to get my ass to bed. I go home so I can get my ass to bed, ready for Daytona. And I was supposed to go to breakfast with my grandparents that morning before the race, but they never woke me, so I kept sleeping. But that was my dad's own damn fault for not finishing his losers round in a timely manner, to the point where we got home a little bit too late, to the point where had he actually was actually minded his P's and Q's, he would have said, all right, Mark, we'll get you home so we can go to go to bed at a timely manner, so you can get up at in a timely manner for the 500. But nope, it goes to show you once again, he really didn't give a shit about anyone but himself in that moment, to the point where he just stayed way too late, to the point where I didn't get home in enough of a timely manner, to the point by the time I finished uploading the video, it was 4 a.m, which is what fucked me over, which is why, even though I did get up, I woke up from a dream at a decent time, but my body wanted to stay in bed. So I apologize for that. Hopefully I can make it up to you with the stream later in the year. Maybe I'll do another Coke 600 stream or something, but I'll just have to see. I don't know when the next stream will be, so therefore, I just don't know. But anyway, now here's why the day sucked. So, one of my best of friends, Pam Linebog, who I think is, I think she's 9 years older than me. I'm 29, and I'm Kevin Harvick 29, she's Derek Cope 37, now will be Elliott Sadler 38 next month, so she's 9 years older than me. Now, she messaged me on Facebook last night wanting to, hang out with me, and I said, okay, normally I sit out in the front area of my job, but where D4 used to be with Murray Ridge pre-COVID, but, I was in this where C3 used to be with Murray Ridge because of Pam, and when I decided to tell, my one work bestie, Stephanie, in advance, hey, I'm going to split time with you and split time with her, but apparently some people just don't understand that people that you're best friends with can also have other friends too. So unfortunately, she kind of didn't understand that, and she threw a fit because she thought, A, Pam took me from her, and 2, that what was it saying? She thought I used her to get close to other people, to the point where she doesn't understand that I can have other friends too. Considering, if I just hung out with the same person all the time, every day, it would get old, boring, and stale really, really fast. Just for instance, I combine my work best friends with my outside of work best friends. Like Brindley Kerr will always be my number one best friend in general. Work our personal life. But if I centered my friendship around her only, like when it comes to having best friends and people I loved, if I just centered it around her and only wanted to like associate myself with her, then it would be boring as fuck. So I have to expand my horizons to make it more fun and more exciting. And yet the thing is, she's so overprotective of me. Like she like I'm her boyfriend or something. Well, she ain't my girlfriend, that's for damn sure. If anyone's gonna be if it's anyone's job to be overprotective of me, it's Razel, who is at the Brooklyn facility, and luckily she's safe over there where she doesn't have to deal with this garbage that we had to go through today. So therefore, that's why I always tell Razel in advance if I want to spend my time with my other life that's not her. Like, you know, for example, I'm gonna get to this in a little bit, but generally speaking, if I tell her, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that with other people in my life. So if I'm unable to talk to you or FaceTime and you can't, like, I can't call you or you can't call me, and you'll know why. And luckily for me, Razel's an understanding girlfriend to the point where she realizes that I have another life aside from her, to the point where she lets me spend my life with the other friends. Now, Stephanie's gonna have, we have to get a little bit, I don't know if we're gonna get her to understand this fully, but we can always try. But that shall not be named, that nuisance bitch ass ex-girlfriend I had. Not the one before Razel, not Margaret, but the one that rightfully didn't have a family and were just part, but also who nobody at Murray Ridge liked, to the didn't had none of that whatsoever. Which proves why nobody at Murray Ridge liked her. And her name starts with a J, ends with a T. I'm not going to say her name because she's fucking dead to me. She did not understand that. She had no understanding of that at all whatsoever. She didn't understand that I had a life away from her. I had friends in the neighborhood that, you see my friends in the neighborhood a lot in my YouTube videos, and during Spring is in the Air, in front of the sun, in the warm part of Adventures in Autumn. Well, I have them too, and he's like, I have family that I want to spend time with. Luckily for me, Razel's the exact opposite of her. Razel understands that, lets me be with other people in my life, to the point where they're not Margaret, but the one before, did not give me a chance, Always thought it was all about her, to the point, and even when I did have time to talk, she wouldn't shut the fuck up, to the point where she just kept going on and on and on, and I was like, oh my god, do you ever shut the fuck up and either A, let me talk, or B, do you if you're gonna say, okay, I'll call you tomorrow, but can you just end the fucking call? But to the point where she looked like she was gonna end the call, but then just keeps going on and on. And other than that, she always called me or my mom at an inopportune time, to the where if my mom was out with her friends, and then she would call her looking for me if I didn't answer my phone or wanted to do something with me. Or maybe that one time where my mom was just getting home from work at the clinic, and I had time to talk to this particular story. I had time to talk, and I wasn't busy, but my mom was just getting home from work. But this nuisance bitch ass ex-girlfriend of mine, not Margaret, but the one before Razel, not Margaret, but the one before that everybody knows me for, but she's fucking dead to me. I was trying to respect my mom by telling her, hey, I know you want to talk to her and you want to do stuff, which is fine, but she just got home from work. Just give her a chance to catch her breath and, relax and gather her thoughts for 5 minutes. But she just didn't seem to have a care in the world at all whatsoever. I remember there was one other night where I hung up on her because I was so angry. I was always getting angry at her, and rightfully so. And she proved to me why, I shouldn't have given her that chance that people in Murray Ridge wasn't giving her, as to why nobody liked her, because she was annoying as fuck, and, she was a nuisance to everybody in the grandma, and it goes to show you she was a nuisance to the people that she had a romance life with, which is part of why her family used her. Maybe I don't feel so bad for her no more, considering when Margaret came along almost 2 years ago, when I was still a triad, when she was in Vicars before me, I got attracted to her, which caused me to fall out of love with that nuisance bitch ass ex-girlfriend of mine, to the point where I had to tell her I didn't want a relationship no more, and plus you're a toxic nuisance ass bitch anyway, to the point where I don't fucking need you. But I didn't mention Margaret in the phone when I broke up with her over the phone. Why don't you go check out that video? Link is in the description. So we're not going to talk about that. So therefore, it's almost like the same thing here in the modern era, Well, to be fair, that was the modern era, but that was like at a different time during the modern era. But yeah, this is more modern than it ever has been, because we're going back to Brook Park for the docu-series for the first time in 4 years. And then, since it's our first time since 2019, plus like, how many my old friends have died in 3 years. I know there's 6 of them in total, one from Lenore, but I haven't been back there since 2016. But knowing when I go back for the docuseries in July, this will be my first time in Brook Park since 2019, a lot of my friends that were still there were still alive at the time, knowing that a lot of those same people are not going to be there because they moved on to other states since then, like along with everybody else that did even before COVID. Or there are some that all of them were still alive at the time, but there's going to be ones that are in heaven now or just when I go back there, which is why they're not going to be there when the time I go back. Like no Shane Bartek, no Elise Korecki, no Julie Ipser, no Angel Sullivan, no Justin Lozniak. Knowing that when I go back there for the first time in 4 years in July for the docuseries, those 5 fellas, they sadly ain't going to be there. Therefore, it's going to feel a whole lot different. I'm going to feel more disconnected than I ever did in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. 2015 doesn't count because we were not gone for that long yet, and I wasn't doing YouTube full-time yet either. So, yeah, basically, what She That Shall Not Be Named was like back in the early different part of this modern era, exactly what Stephanie is. At least Stephanie is actually more tolerable at least most of the time, and she actually is a whole lot nicer and has treated me like royalty. I mean, I get it. You're not used to seeing your best friend, have other best friends or friends he or she can chill with, but it's not the end of the world if he's not ditching you or using you or whatever. Like, for terms of me, he's just expanding his horizons. Like, if he hung out with anyone hung out with the same person every day, it would get old as fucking boring as hell really, really fast, to the point where it'd get too stale. That's why it felt refreshing to hang out with Pam today. So, Pam Linebog, so go subscribe to her, link is in the description. I'm trying to persuade her into uploading YouTube videos. So, therefore, if this behavior keeps up, I think I might have to. I'll keep the Wheel of Fortune videos and the Ricky Martin videos up, but I might have to do Ricky Martin or Wheel of Fortune with somebody else if this keeps up. So I don't know how much longer I can handle this, but yeah, she's like a jealous, overprotective girlfriend. And I still love her. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't like when she acts like this, when she acts too overprotective of me. Like, she's a jealous girlfriend over a boy that's treating him like he is her boyfriend, which I'm just her guy best friend. I'm not her boyfriend. I mean, if I was her boyfriend, I can understand, but I'm just her best friend. I mean, there's no need to be overprotective like I'm a romantic partner or something. So this was an ongoing thing all day. We had plenty of opportunities to turn the day around, like this Olivia Sanabi as This Is Us episode taught us. Unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. You're not going to have a good day every day, and today was just one of those days. So that's what I want to come on here and talk about, and I'm sorry if I ranted and raved and rambled about dumb shit that happened today, comparing it to other shit that happened in the past that in my life, that comes to the people in it, and in this different parts of this modern era, during what is now the COVID era, which I think is we're starting to enter the phase of what is now an endemic. It's just going to become a regular sickness where it's not going to be as big of a global issue no more, to the point where it's just like the flu and the flu with the Spanish flu and the Cold War. It's just going to become a common sickness, to the point where it's just gonna everybody's just gonna say fuck it, pull the plug on the safety precautions with the mask mandate, and we already did away with the social distancing, all the other bullshit from 2020 bullshit from back then. By the time we got to the mid to late part of 2021 going into 2022, I mean, we're still doing masks every now and then, but eventually everybody's gonna pull the plug on mask full time and just live a normal life like it's not here. Sure, it's gonna be out there, but I don't think it's gonna be as big of a deal, as common as to get it as it was before. Because people still get it. It's just we don't hear much about it no more. But yeah, unfortunately, today was just one of those days. It sucked big time. It wasn't meant to be. Hopefully, tomorrow is better. Now, that's what I wanted to come on here about. Tomorrow, we're going to have a much better day. And tomorrow, considering, we're going to come back to that girl. That girl lately resume season 2. I know we're not ready to come back to it yet. I know we haven't, watched the Goldbergs and, an episode or about to be 2 tonight and say we're not dead yet. We're going to come back to those soon. It's just I got to figure out when I'm going to do it. I just got to figure that shit out. I know they're piling Goldbergs, not dead yet, and a million little things on top of each other, and that's just not healthy, good for your TV health. So you can only handle one show at a time, to the point where, for instance, in my situation, I've been doing this shit since the 2017-18, 2018-19 seasons, to the point where I just don't have the audacity to watch every single show in real time no more. Only reason why I'm still watching a million little things in real time, it's the last season. I want to make sure I end it with them on a high note in real time, to the point where I get my proper farewell I deserve, since I've been there for them since day one, season 1, episode 1, 2018-19. So, therefore, that's the only show I still watch in real time. I mean, I know Welcome to Flatch into their second season, so we have to wait for an official word towards the end of the television season when we get to the finale part of the season. If there's some of these shows are going to come back next year or not. So, therefore, we're going to have to wait for an official word. But tomorrow is going to be something you've never seen before. Now, you've all seen my spring randomness videos on the channel. You've seen my summer randomness videos on the channel. You've seen my fall randomness videos. And you've seen my just randomness, general randomness videos. Well, tomorrow's going to be something you've never seen before. And this is the first step in taking a big leap. We are going to have a winter randomness video, because it's going to be, it's like Mark, it's going to be 66 degrees tomorrow, so it's not going to feel like winter. Well, that's the point. It's still winter wonderland. So like I said in Kelli Berglund and Isabella Gomez's birthday tribute, as well as my self-made birthday video, go check those out, link in the description. Winter Wonderland season 2 is still not over with, so just everybody pump the brakes. I know it's getting exciting, because it's the third 60 plus degree day we had in February, which has never happened before since we moved to Sandy Ridge. So therefore, it's most likely never going to happen again. Winter Wonderland season 3 and beyond, when we get to 2023, 2024 and beyond. So we all know it's never going to happen again, no matter where we're at the rest of our lives, whether it's here, somewhere else in Ridgeville, or out of state for that matter, or anywhere else in Ohio. But as long as it's not back to Cuyahoga, let alone Brook Park. So therefore, this is never going to happen again. I have a feeling that once we get to a point in early March, we're going to have a lower to mid 70 degree day sometime in beginning of early part of March. Not a repeat of the spring 2021, when it was like summer weather conditions, like mid to upper 70s in March and April, and then we finally got to like lower 80s at the end of April. It's probably going to be a repeat of that one winter going into spring we got in 2011, 2012, even on Sandhurst, when we didn't get any snow at all in the winter months in December 2011 going into January, February 2012, and then the Florida vacation with my 18th birthday, Montoya and the jet dryer, Victoria Justice and Rob Riggle. By the time we got back in March, it was already 75 degrees. That's what I have a feeling that this beginning of spring is going to be like. All these different trends repeat itself, each and every year in a different time span, a different year where these different trends repeat itself in a different time span of every single year. Like it doesn't, it doesn't do the same exact thing that the one year like it did the year before. It does the one thing that it did, like several years ago. Like it's probably going to do in 2023 what it did in 2012. So after what was a nice winter in 2011 and what has been a warm February in 2023. So therefore, and my grandmother pitched me the idea, like if we ever get to this time, if we ever can get far enough to look back on this February, we should do like a little documentary about it. One, go with I'm going to have 2 documentaries running at the same time. Sandhurst Stories and the the warmest February in the modern era in my history. February 2023, season 2 of Winter Wonderland. So therefore, yeah, that's the point. There's going to be a winter randomness video, considering even though it's not going to feel like winter, it's still the winter month. So we're going to get a first ever winter randomness video where we're going to be doing random stuff in the neighborhood, where we're probably going to be doing TikToks and everything, which is something the stuff we normally do in the spring and summer months. During spring is in the air in front of the sun, we're going to be doing in Winter Wonderland. So maybe Mary Gaffney was right, but like she was kind of wrong. Like, we didn't do it when it was cold and snowy, because fuck winter and fuck cold weather and fuck snow and everything they all stand for. But we are doing it in the winter, but like when it's actually decent weather, which is very rare to get in February, unless you're 2017 or 2012 or whatever. But man, this is going to be so much fun. It's going to be tomorrow. Now, hopefully I can reschedule a karaoke, Ricky Martin, Lola karaoke session with Pam sometime down the line. So, therefore, hang tight, everyone. We might get a Spring is in the Air episode of, Ricky Martin karaoke with Pam Linebaugh or something, where the song is in Spanish, obviously, so she has to dance, so she can't sing it. But we're going to figure this out one way or another. But anyway, I need to get the fuck off this thing and stop rambling and ranting and raving so I can get ready for the Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment of A Million Little Things, which is why I'm not going to do my regular outro right now. So I'm sorry that, this was a upset, angry, negative, video, but I just wanted to get this off my chest and share with you guys as to why the day sucked and what you're going to be seeing tomorrow, where, after we get out of work, which is going to be a winter randomness video, and why you didn't see the one upload I had planned today. And A Million Little Things reaction video is going to happen tonight too. That's going to happen, which is why I'm not doing the regular outro. Now, I hope we can sneak in one last cooking video. If it's not the pesto noodles, which I sadly don't think it's going to be, I'm going to find something else to cook that we haven't cooked yet this year, that we probably have cooked before, but just off camera and not on camera. So, and I know that sometime, you know what, if we don't sneak it in anytime soon throughout this whole week going into next weekend, we might do or sometime during the first week of March, we might have to sneak in, no, that wouldn't make sense, but sometime before my grandfather has a surgery, we might have to sneak our hanging pictures video up sometime. And if we're going to do that, it has to be before surgery. But anyway, we'll figure this shit out one way or another. Winter Wonderland Season 2 finale is going to be March 10th to the 11th, a haircut with Cousin Kenny, and then visiting Marco Ferrago, the love doctor, for his birthday, and then Mama, Papa, my grandmother and grandfather dance out with the winter to close it out, and then a March 12th upload. So that's something to look forward to. Spring is around the corner for Spring is in the Air Season 2, so it'll be here before you know it. But anyway, let's get the fuck off this thing and get ready for AMLT, Dale Sr. Austin Dillon installment episode 3. So catch you all later on tonight. Sorry, guys.